Fisher Farm's CSA is 6 cultivated acres of neatly trellised peas, pastured poultry, flowers, and more, tended by the Fisher family and UMaine alumnus Beth Haynes. This morning at Fisher Farm, conditions are perfect for weeding. They have level, 2-row beds of onions, which mean we'll only need to adjust the Weedmaster once. Dry soil conditions this morning should be ideal for the finger weeders.
I'm glad the whole bed didn't look like the first one.
So now we want to try to keep this flat, so and get try to get it comfortable. And that's what they tell you to do, but you can do it however, whatever ends up being comfortable.
Don't bend down
This
so
is great.
It shouldn't be that hard to push, right?
No.
It should be easy. Woo! Sorry, onions. I don't know what to look at.
So much better when the farmer actually does that.
Yeah, it's definitely not getting as much in the middle, but it's definitely getting the onions. See, like right here, there's just a bunch of weeds there, and we didn't kill any of those.
Yeah.
But those are bigger than they ought to be. But still, they're there. I mean, it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, other than hilling those, I mean, we would have gone through with a little miniature hoe and got them all. If we did our first planting, our first weeding with this, we would have killed them all.
Because they were so.
Because it was more aggressive in this area because the weeds were smaller. But now that they're bigger, you need to, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but still, these are really perfect conditions too. So I think you're seeing it do its potential right now. So if it's missing these, that's just because it's gonna miss them because the soil is just perfect. In terms of how dry it is, your beds are really nice. The onions are robust so that you're adjusted pretty tight. So.
Do you want to try pushing it down? It's fun. Joe, do you want to try it?
Okay.
I mean, Eric is fast.
Yeah. Very fast.
Planted these things, not straight at all. Whee! Ah, shit.
30 seconds!
Yeah, but I don't know how many onions I got.
Here's what you got for efficacy though, Beth. I mean, so yeah, we're missing some, but I mean, look, those are, that's a challenging weed to get out of the ground. That's a small crabgrass that has a, the root system on that crabgrass is.
But we still have a lot of inrow weeds.
So what, I bet, at least when we were looking at marks, when we considered in the row, we were getting about 50%. In between the row, we were getting anywhere from 80 to 100%. And the interesting thing was that we compared the stirrup, or they call it the pig, the wheel hoe. We did the wheel hoe and then stirrup hoes, and the sweeps and the finger weeders, and they all were pretty consistent. There was really not a big difference in terms of that efficacy. So you can be planning on getting, most of them between the rows and then half of them in the row, and that's probably what you should expect. So
I mean, the way we usually hoe is we'll come down here with probably like a 6-inch collinear on either side, and then I would come back with a tiny hoe to get in between here, just a narrow collinear like so.
Oh, okay. Check, this is awesome.
Because it's powered things.
This is great.
My toy. We don't like the bevel the way they come because it's hard to sharpen in the field, so we end up reversing the bevel ultimately.
Plus, because you don't want to have to sharpen on the inside.
You have to do this, which you've got no leverage. So.
Right.
Yeah, this is the setup on the collinear, and the storage is significantly improved over the Weedmaster storage space. So
you guys
can we have more than one person? You can
we'll just divide it.
Yeah.
So do you use those instead of stirrups? You don't use stirrups so much?
We have one stirrup. I don't use it so much because it makes you tired because you can use it like this. And this is like
okay.
The smaller version of getting.
What you guys are doing now is just so flexible to any sort of change in conditions, or whereas those finger weeders are fixed. So any variation in conditions, and you've got variation in efficacy.
You can't get underneath anything with leaves, for instance, like heads of lettuce.
Together, using the collinear hose, Beth and Dennis complete the 150-foot bed in 12 minutes. The Weedmaster averages 1.5 minutes. It's important to note, though, that these finger weeders are targeting only the weeds in the crop row, which means we'll have to come back with another tool to kill the weeds between the rows. This will add a little bit of time to the Weedmaster.
48 seconds. I think she's getting a little tired.
Well, the first one I was running.
As Beth noted, the Weedmaster had a very high working rate. In addition to measuring working rate, we also measured the efficacy of weed control, or the proportion of weeds killed. In this case, we measured weed density pre-cultivation and then again post-cultivation. With the collinear hoe, Beth and Dennis killed 70% of the weeds that were there. This compares to the Weedmaster with the fingers that controlled 60% of the weeds there. So although the Weedmaster had a much greater working rate, it actually gave slightly lower level of weed control in this case, although overall still a favorable level of weed control. Something to note about the hand tools, though, one is that they're very good at getting weeds that are very close to the crop row. Secondly, the hand tools are infinitely adjustable. So if you get to a situation or a spot in the field where there's a lot of weeds, you can slow down and make sure you control those weeds. And a third point that farmers really like is that because you're working behind you, the hand tools don't leave any footprints in the bed. You leave a nice fluffy soil conditions, which does not encourage another flush of weeds to germinate.
We don't have as many broadleaves as like piecemeal. We don't have any Gallensoga. Yay! And we don't have as much lambscourt.
And we did not go there today, so everybody's
God, yeah.
wearing clean clothes, and we are a certified Gallensoga free team right now.